Welcome back, Oxbow. It's a great week. It's May. You know what? I counted. There are only 13 days left of school. What are we going to do? We have so much yet to do. We got to learn right up to that last day, but it is getting close to the end of May. And this whole month, we've been talking about one of our big three. We've been talking about responsibility. And this week's word of the week is reliable. Very much related to trustworthy and accountable. Reliable means, again, you can be counted on. If you've been asked to do something, you know that it's going to get done. Many of the kids that we celebrate on our Kids of Characters are kids that's exactly what you see. What you see is what you get, and you know you can count on them. It's a great character trait and one that I hope each of us can work hard to develop.
Can you look up some information for our project?
Sure I can.
Hey, where's the stuff?
Oh, I forgot it.
Our project's gonna be late.
I got it.
Alright, let's get to work.
Well, we've got some book braggers, and with summer coming up, you guys are all looking for good titles to bring home or to read over the summer, so we've got some more suggestions for you. Michaela, come on over. 3CA from Miss Carlson's class. What do you have for us?
Hi, I'm Michaela from 3CA. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, The Puppy Placed Neela by Alan Miles. The Puppy Placed Neela is about Charles and Lizzie Peterson loving puppies. Charles can't catch a break. He spotted a stray dog running around his school. Will Charles be able to find that puppy and give her a forever home? If you like fiction series books, then you would love The Puppy Placed Neela.
It looks like a fun one. Do you have a puppy at home, too?
Yes.
Is that why you were drawn to this book?
Yes.
That's often true. Thanks for sharing that, Michaela. That's awesome. Addison from 4KE has something to share with us.
Hi, I'm Addison from 4KE, and I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, The Old Willer's Place by Mary Downing Hahn. The Old Willer's Place is about a girl named Diana and her brother Georgie. They had been living behind an abandoned mansion for a long time, but a strict set of rules won't allow themselves to show themselves to anyone. But when a new caretaker and his daughter show up, Diana is tempted to break the rules. But they learn quickly that breaking the rules could lead to deadly consequences. If you like suspense books, then you would love The Old Willer's Place.
Well, and it says right on here, scary. Is it too scary or a good scary? All right, sounds good. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Addie, one of our fifth graders from 5DR, come on over. What do you have for us?
Hi, I'm Addie from 5DR. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, El Deafo, by C.C. Bell. El Deafo is about a young girl named Cece who has hearing aids with cords sticking out of her ears. Cece calls it her superpower. She meets interesting people and goes on exciting adventures. If you like graphic novels, then you would love El Deafo.
El Deafo. It sounds like an awfully good one. Thanks for sharing that, Addie. And last but never least, Nevaeh is down here from 4KE, and she's got one to share with us as well.
My name is Nevaeh from 4KE. I'm here to tell you about one of my favorite books, I Love My New Toy by Mo Willems. I Love My New Toy is about Piggy and Elephant got a new toy. They decided to play with. He threw it in the air. It cracked. It landed on the ground. If you like fantasy books, then you would love I Love My New Toy.
Elephant and Piggy books are among my favorites. Do you like them too, Nevaeh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Well, if you don't have any ideas about what you want to read over the summer, you should have all kinds of ideas now. Well, let's celebrate some kids. We've got some awesome kids here at Oxbow, as you know, and we've got some more to celebrate this week. Ezra is one of our kindergartners. Come on over here, bud. It says here that Ezra comes to school each day ready to learn with a smile on his face. He's a friend to everyone. You can depend on him to make good choices. He's always eager to help a friend in need, and he has a very kind heart. What I like best about Ezra is that he's a role model to the other students. He always includes everyone in play, never leaves anyone out. He works hard at learning, never needs reminders to follow the rules. Ezra here is a great reader, loves to create stories in his journal. You know what? KBE is lucky to have him in their classroom. Congratulations, bud. What nice things to have said about you. There you go. Nolan's one of our second graders. When 2ER was asked to vote for a student who is wild about learning, Nolan was one of the students chosen by his peers. I couldn't agree more. He's been an excellent role model of somebody ready to learn this year. Often the first one ready to listen, first one to start his work. He focuses on a task to be completed, whether it's writing, math, reading, or even getting ready to go out to recess in the winter. He completes it quickly. Nolan's quick transitions show respect and an eagerness to spend more time learning. One of his peers said, Nolan is always on task. Another peer said, he's always putting up the quiet sign, which means he's ready to listen. Nolan, thank you so much for leading by example this year in 2ER and showing you are indeed wild about learning. Congratulations, bud. Fantastic. Sean, one of our second graders as well, same class. When asked to vote, this kid was one of the kids chosen as well. Couldn't agree more. Always ready to learn. Respectful, responsible, safe. He's a great listener, participates in class discussions, works diligently even when the work is challenging. And on top of that, he's also an amazing friend. One of his peers said Sean is kind, awesome, helpful, a good friend, and a mathematician. Another friend said he's an awesome friend and he's nice to everybody. Sean, thank you for being an excellent role model for 2ER and for being wild about learning this year. Congratulations. Good job. Haley is one of our third graders. She's new to Oxbow Creek this year, and 3BE is delighted to welcome her to our school. She has shown great responsibility in academics and behavior. She's dependable, reliable, always gets her work done, tries her best in school. Haley's made several friends since joining Oxbow because her friends recognize that she is trustworthy and responsible. We are thrilled to welcome Haley to Oxbow. Sincerely, Miss Benner. Congratulations and welcome. Nice to have you on board. Isabel's one of our fourth graders. It says here, she's also new. She comes to school every day ready to learn, participate, and be a great friend. She can always be counted on to do her very best work. If she needs help with an assignment, she's willing to advocate for herself and ask for that help. When a classmate needs help, Isabel is always willing to help that student as well. We are so happy that Isabel joined the Oxbow family this year. Congratulations. You're welcome, and welcome to Oxbow. And finally, Caitlin, one of our fifth graders from F5ST. The classmates and teachers unanimously agree that Caitlin here is highly deserving of this character award for responsibility. She's accountable, dependable, trustworthy, and reliable. All the words of the week. We can count on her to be kind, honest, hardworking. She's a great leader. Keep up that great work. These traits will surely lead you to success for you at Jackson and beyond. Congratulations. That's awesome. There you are. Keep it up, you guys. What great role models. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce to you some more winners from Oxbow Creek here. A number of our students took part in the Stock Market Game Challenge this year through Allianz. Over 1,000 kids statewide were part of this challenge, and these teams were given $100,000. No, not really, but they were given a fake $100,000. They had 4 months to study the stock market and invest or not invest. It was up to them to decide what they'd do with that money. And then at the end of the contest, the last day, they'd decide how much money they had made. And the winning teams got to go to a luncheon, and Mr. Whippler and Miss Corton and myself got to go down and join these kids at the fair, because it turns out we won first place, second place, and third place in the elementary division of the stock market game, which was really cool. Let's have the third place team from Miss Corton's class come on over here. Why don't you guys tell us your name and what class you're in?
My name is Leah Murray from 5KO. My name is Kylie Devening from 5KO.
My name is Avery Hansen from 5KO.
And these guys are really smart about stocks now. If I gave you $10,000 today and you were going to invest in a company, which company would you choose?
Netflix.
So it's unanimous. Netflix is the hot stock tip. And take that to the bank. These guys ended up with a portfolio value of $106,813. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you. Next team, Mr. Whippler's team. Two of you in second place. Come on over here. Name and class.
Miley, 4WI.
Brianna, 4WI.
And these two had a team that made $108,000, $108,913. And if you had $10,000, would you invest in Netflix or something else?
Amazon.
Ooh, these guys think Amazon's the stock of the day. It sounds like a popular company. Congratulations to both of you. Thanks for coming down. And our first place team from Mr. Whippler's class as well, with the portfolio value of $108,931.80. They won first place. And what was cool in hearing about this the other day, these guys were in like 100th place at one point in the competition. And then you jumped up to 30th, and then you jumped up to 5th. And on the very last day, they jumped up to number 1, and you ended up winning the thing. Names and class.
I'm Natalie from 4WI.
I'm Ava Jensen from 4WI.
Carly Jerpseth from 4WI.
Now, I do have to ask, there was 1 or 2 stocks that made the huge difference for you. What was it?
Pandora.
And
Pandora.
was there another one? I heard Twitter was good, too. Did you guys invest in Twitter? There was some of that as well. If you had $10,000 today, would you put it in Pandora or something else?
Pandora.
Just Pandora. Pandora.
Sounds like there's another hot stock tip, and this is coming from the number 1 team in the state for the Allianz Challenge. Congratulations to each of you. Thanks for coming down. What's really fun about that is the kids are learning some financial literacy, and they're learning that this is the way this country works, and the stock market game does play a really big part in our financial lives. Congratulations to all students who participated this year. When I look at the schedule for the week, grade 5's going down to the Art Institute. I know Mr. Rohde was excited to get that scheduled so that you guys can go down there and see that. Be on your best behavior leaves such a great impression again, just as our 3rd graders did at the baseball game last week. Grade 2 has got their rescheduled field trip. They get to go out to Gibbs Farm. I'm hoping the weather's going to be a lot better this week than it would have been had you gone a couple weeks ago when it was scheduled. I also did a drawing for those classes that were part of the sub reward, and Miss Heilman's class was drawn. It was pretty cool, 5HE. It says here the guest teacher gave you all 5s and said, "We just had an excellent day today. Students were helpful and had great participation. They worked hard and worked really well together." So kudos to Miss Heilman's class. We've got some sub reward coming to you guys as well. I believe those are the jokes for the week. Those are the announcements for the week, so let's do the jokes. I've got 3 of them down here. This one's from Logan in 1PE. Why are teachers happy on Halloween? Because there's lots of school spirit. It's been a long time since Halloween, hasn't it? Zach from 1PE, what do you call a ghost's mistake? Well, of course, that's a boo-boo. And last but not least, this is another one from Zach. He's a prolific joke writer, 1PE. Why is a couch like a turkey? Because they're both full of stuffing. It's true. Those are the jokes for the week. Those are the announcements for the week. I think that's it. I'll see you guys back here next Monday.